These are the materials you're going to be needing for this tutorial, and this is the yarn I will be using for this project. To start off this gingerbread man, we're going to be making a magic circle. To create a magic circle, you're going to take the yarn, wrap it around 2 fingers to create an X, and then follow what I'm doing right here. Feel free to slow down the video in the settings at any point in this tutorial. For round 1, we're going to be making 6 single crochets into the magic circle. And now that we're done with the 6 single crochets, we're going to close the magic circle. Pull the string tight, and then we're going to slip stitch into the first stitch. And right here, I'm putting my stitch marker on the slip stitch we just made. I recommend using a stitch marker to keep track on what stitch you're at. For round 2, we're going to be increasing in every single stitch. So put 2 single crochets into every single stitch in the round. And here I'm doing my last increase. You should have 12 stitches in this round. For round 3, we're going to be doing a single crochet and then an increase 6 times. So right now I'm doing a single crochet and then I'm going to be doing an increase. Then in the next stitch, we're going to do 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch, we're going to be doing an increase. And you repeat that all the way around. Right here, I'm doing my last increase for this round. You should end up with 18 single crochets for this round. And then we are going to slip stitch in the next 2 stitches. So one there and then one over here. Now we're going to start on the arm, so chain 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. And then we're going to be half double crocheting in the second chain from the hook. And we're going to go through both loops on that chain. You should have 5 half double crochets in this arm. Next, we're going to take the string, put it around our circle, and take our hook and slip stitch into that second slip stitch we made earlier. So make another slip stitch. And we're going to do that for the second slip stitch. And then the last single crochet that we made from round 3. Next, we're going to be making the second arm, so you want to repeat the steps that we just did for the first arm. So chain 6 and then half double crochet into the second chain from the hook. You should have 5 half double crochets in this arm as well. So now that we're done crocheting the arms, we can start on the body. So we're gonna slip stitch into that slip stitch right there, And after your slip stitch, remember to pull on that slip stitch tight so that it's not loose. Then chain 2. 1 and then 2. Then we're going to double crochet into that same slip stitch we just did. And then on this stitch, we're going to do an increase. So put 2 double crochets into that stitch. Then double crochet into that last slip stitch to complete row 1. You should have 4 double crochets in this row. Then chain 2 and then turn your work around. For row 2, we are going to double crochet into all 4 stitches. I am not counting the chain 2 as a stitch, so do not put a double crochet into the chain 2. Now chain 7. Now that we're done with our chains, we're going to turn our work around. Now we are going to double crochet into the second chain from the hook into the back loops and the back bump of the chain. You want to repeat that all the way down, and you should have 6 double crochets for the legs. Now slip stitch into that second chain and pull tightly. Now chain 7, and we're going to repeat the steps that we did for the first leg. You should have 6 double crochets for the second leg. And now we're going to slip stitch into that last chain right there. And remember to pull tightly on this part. And that's it, we're finally done with the gingerbread man. So now you just want to pull on the string, leave a tail so you could sew in the ends. And that's the final gingerbread man. So now we're going to sew in the ends, and I'm going to do that in a moment. You may sew in your ends however way you'd like. I just do it like this. And right now I'm just taking a long piece of white yarn and I'm just making a regular bow. And I'm just cutting off the excess to make my bow the length I want it to be. And for the frosting, you could just do whatever design you want. Then cut out 2 small red circles for the buttons. Now I am gluing the mouth to the face. And now I am gluing on the eyes, and you can also use the plastic safety eyes for this. And now I'm just adding some highlight to the eyes so it can shine. This part is optional. And now we're going to add some blush to the gingerbread, and this part is also optional. And for the last step in this entire project, we're going to add some red string for the ornament. You're just going to take your darning needle, put it through that stitch, and then tie a knot and cut off the excess, and you're all done. That's the gingerbread. And that is all for this gingerbread man crochet tutorial. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you like this tutorial. And if you have any questions for me, leave them in the comments down below. Bye!